Hello, my name is Nick Davis. I'm a realtor with RE/MAX Premier Group, and I live and work here in the Tampa Bay Area. So recently, I put together a video that went over the iBuyer versus the realtor. Yesterday, saw an article, and surprise, surprise, one of the companies that used to purchase your home and you could rent it back from them under a program that they had for 5 years, and the rent price would increase at a certain rate over those 5 years. It was a way for you to get into the home that you wanted, but maybe you couldn't purchase right now because you were just relocating or any other reason. But now they're trying to expand their business, and my philosophy has always been, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, they're going to start adding and changing up. So let's dig into this and see if this is something you really want to be involved with. In my last video, we went over the numbers, and we saw that on a $300,000 house, that if you went with an iBuyer, you would net about $45,404 less than going with a traditional realtor. So this company, who is targeting buyers who can't buy but can rent, is offering a new program now. And let's look at this program a little bit more. The program is called RealSure. It's a new way for consumers to sell their current home and buy their new home. They're saying that this program is designed to answer two questions that consumers have when selling. What's the best price I can achieve in the market? And should I wait to look for my next home until my current residence sells? They're saying that they've solved the industry's uncertainty with these two questions. If you're going to use them to sell, they say that they're going to give you a cash offer immediately, and that cash offer is valid for 45 days. They call this the peace of mind period. You have the assurance that if your home doesn't sell in the open market, that you'll have this offer in 45 days. RealSure also has a mortgage program. They say that you can confidently make an offer on your new home before the current one is sold by leveraging this RealSure cash offer. Now, I'm going to go off topic for a moment. In our MLS, if you are selling a home, you are not permitted to leave that home active if you have an offer on the table, because you can't sell your home to two different people. In the purchase contract, there's an assignability section. Now, this is a gray area because an assignable contract means that the buyer can assign the rights to somebody else and still be liable or not be liable. So I would definitely advise that contacting a real estate attorney to find out more on this. But getting back to our MLS, if you have a signed contract between you as a seller and this quote-unquote iBuyer, technically your home should be placed into what's called a pending contract status and can only request that backup offers be accepted. But your home's going to fall off of MLS, and it's not going to show up in the active homes for sale. It's not going to go out. That's the way it's supposed to work. So they're saying with their mortgage program that you can go out and purchase your new home because you have that offer from them. And you can still market your home because if you get a better offer, you can use that better offer. So let's break that down. One, you're probably going to include an addendum that says that you have to sell your home in order to purchase a new home. And you will be stating on that addendum that the home is under contract, and you have to provide a copy of that contract. So when you provide a copy of that contract, going back to the MLS, your home should be in a pending contract status. But they're saying you can still actively market the home. I am not a real estate attorney, but to me, this definitely sounds like it could be some sort of fraud, because you're saying that your home is under contract with this iBuyer. However, you're still actively marketing it and possibly could sell it to somebody else. Let me think about that a little bit more. Still sounds fishy to me. But again, I'm not a real estate attorney, and I would advise you to check with a real estate attorney because mortgage fraud is a federal offense. In my experience, what I've seen is when the market changes, we see all kinds of stuff come out from under the rocks. And it may seem like a really good thing. To me, it seems like they're targeting people that are desperate because they're giving you an offer below market value. At the end of the day, with their offer, you are not going to net the same amount as you would going with a traditional realtor. Now, what I like to do is just recently, like I'm talking this year, within the last month and a half, we had a client who went under contract to purchase a new home with a builder. We had time. It was a 6 to 8 month build. We sat down, we looked at the numbers on their home, and we decided that we would place their home on the market the first week in August. Their home was scheduled to close sometime between November and December of 2019. And we figured that we could get the home on the market, market it, sell it, close it, and they would be in compliance with their contract. So we put the home on the market. We marketed it at the market value. We had an offer within 24 hours on the home. That contract fell apart due to the buyer decided that they wanted a bigger home. They didn't do an inspection. They did nothing. 24 hours after we were in contract, we got the cancellation, and they canceled based on the inspection clause. So we put the home back on the market. Within 2 days, we had another offer. Now, this home was listed at $285,000. We got a cash offer from an investor for $275,000. And you go, oh God, well, it's only been on the market a few days. Why did the seller take a $10,000 reduction? Because what we did was we negotiated with the buyer, the new owner of the home, who was an investor, that we would close on the house, so we alleviated the contingency to sell their home so they could purchase the new construction home, and then factored in what the going rent rate was, and the owners got to stay in the home rent-free until December 31st. Now, recently, like within the last day, we got an email from the builder with the closing date for their new home being at the end of November. So they are going to be able to close on the new home, get all their stuff packed up, and have about 30 days between the time that they have to vacate their old home, which they're living in rent-free for. So with their $275,000 offer, the going rent rate was $2,000 a month. And they lived free for October, November, and December. So it's a $275,000. We have to factor in that $6,000. We're at $281,000. We were listed at $285,000. What do you think it would cost for them to pack up, put stuff in storage, move into a temporary residence or a short-term rental? I think they wound up doing a lot better. And throughout our real estate career, we've never missed a mark with a seller who had to sell in order to purchase, because we've priced the homes where they need to be priced so they're going to sell in the amount of time that is needed. So is this a good thing? That's not my place to say. In my opinion, well, I'll keep that to myself. But you look at the numbers. And again, going back to the iBuyer versus the realtor, is a $45,000 difference on a $300,000 sale worth it to you? So if you need some assistance here in the Tampa Bay area selling your home, really selling your home, give us a call, 813-300-7116. And do me a favor, go ahead and hit the subscribe button with notifications turned on. That way, anytime we make a new video, you'll be notified immediately. Talk to you soon.